fellow sports fans, and welcome to Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football. We'll call it a halftime show because there's now at halftime, and the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings are battling it out right now at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, and the Vikings are up 17-10 at halftime. We'll get to all that. I'll break it down and give my thoughts of who I feel is going to have the edge in tonight's game. But first, here is tonight's Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football trivia question. What player set a Monday Night Football record with 221 yards rushing in a game in 1987? I will have the answer later on the podcast. Well, it's Monday Night Football, week 13 of the regular season. Are you ready for some football? The Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks are scoring off and are well underway. They're at halftime right now at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. And the Vikings are up 17-10 at halftime right now. The Vikings are coming off their bye week, and they are hoping to extend their win streak tonight with a win over the Seahawks. The Vikings are 8-3 on the season right now. And the Vikings have looked pretty good during this first half. And the Vikings need to have a really good pass rush and especially a good running game against the Seahawks. And they need to put the pressure on Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson. And they need to really they've jumped on Seattle early tonight in this first half. They really got Seattle where they want them. But Seattle is not going to go away quietly. The Seahawks are not. So I really feel this game could go either way. And I feel that the Seahawks are going to have the edge in this game with them playing at home on a Monday night. I can't go against them. And my brother-in-law does too. And right now we're 6-9. And if the Seahawks do win, we'll be 7-9. We'll tie again, or 6-10 and tie again. Meanwhile, the Seahawks are coming off a big win over the New England Patriots last week. And it was a 13-9 win over the Patriots last week. And the Seahawks are 9-2 on the season right now, and they are looking to extend their win streak tonight with a win over the Vikings tonight. The Seahawks have struggled the first half, and they find themselves down by a touchdown, 17-10 at halftime. But they need to put the pressure on Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins, and their running game has to be really good tonight, as well as their pass rush. And they've really got to keep the Vikings from scoring. And they've got to, I think they need to score in the red zone tonight, not the inside the red zone, not outside the red zone, but in the end zone, the red zone tonight. And because the Seattle, they're in a good position to make the playoffs, but the Vikings really want this win tonight because they want to be in a good position to make the playoffs. And I feel that, and I just feel that Seattle really needs, because they really had a big win last week, and they want to keep their win streak going. And I think they need to really have a good game tonight. They need to really find a way to, I think, come out the second half and really dominate. And I think this game could go either way. But I do feel, and so does my brother-in-law, that the Seattle Seahawks are going to have the edge in this game tonight. So we both feel the Seahawks are going to have the edge, and we'll see what happens in this game tonight. So we'll have to wait and see what happens this second half, and that will commence, I think, very shortly, and I think in just a few minutes. But right now, I'm going to go over all of yesterday's action, and I'll also go over the Thanksgiving Day games that we had last Thursday on Thanksgiving Day. The Detroit Lions the Chicago Bears beat the Detroit Lions 24-20 at Ford Field in Detroit. Detroit just could not get over the hurdle and come away with the win, and Mitch Trubisky got the game ball in that one. The Buffalo Bills beat the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium 26-15, and Josh Allen got the game ball in that one. The New Orleans Saints beat the Atlanta Falcons to win the AFC South Division and become the NFC South Division and become the NFC South Division champions. They beat the Atlanta Falcons 26-18. Drew Brees and two of their other players got the game balls. The Tennessee Titans upset the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis 31-17, and Ryan Tannehill got the game ball in that one. The Colts just struggled offensively and defensively, and they just could not get over the hurdle in yesterday's game. And the game that everybody was talking about and watched yesterday, the Baltimore Ravens beat the San Francisco 49ers at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore 20-17. And I'm glad that my brother-in-law and I, Eric Hoyle, and I both won on this one, because we both picked the Ravens, and we had a feeling the Ravens were going to win this one, and that the 49ers were going to lose this one this time out. So, and my friend Matt Blumberg is a real big 49ers fan, so I know he's not happy about this, and I know he's not, and so I don't want to rub it in on him, but Matt, we had a feeling the Ravens were going to beat him, and I told you, Matt Blumberg, that the Ravens were going to beat the 49ers this week, so your 49ers will have to try to bounce back next week. And Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews got the game ball in that one. The Cincinnati Bengals get their first win of the season to go to 1-11, beating the New York Jets 22-6 at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, and I had to give the game ball to Andy Dalton yesterday. I finally got to give one to the Bengals for the first time this season. So the Jets struggled offensively and defensively, but the Bengals, they finally had a game where they looked really good. Well, it was the same old story for us Browns fans. As they come up short, they lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers 20-13, and could not take the second game of the Browns-Steelers series rivalry, and they fall to 5-7. The Steelers go to 7-5, but the Browns have to rely on the other team's destinies to try to make the playoffs, and the Steelers, they keep their playoffs hopes alive, and I had to give it to the Steelers' third-string quarterback. Let's see who that was from yesterday, who I gave it to. Dalvin Hodges. I had to give it to him because they were he and James Washington and Benny Snell Jr. got the game balls in that one. And the Browns have the Bengals coming into town next week at First Energy Stadium, so hopefully the Browns are going to beat the Bengals, and I think they will. So we'll see. The Miami Dolphins beat the Philadelphia Eagles on their home field, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, 37-31. The Eagles, they had a pretty good game, but struggled a little, but could not get over the hurdle to get the win. And Ryan Fitzpatrick and Patrick Leonard got the game balls in that one. The Washington Redskins upset the Carolina Panthers on their home field, on the Panthers' home field, Bank of America Stadium in North Carolina, in Charlotte, 29-21. I had to give it to Dwayne Haskins. So, the game ball. And the Panthers, they had a chance and just could not get over that hurdle to get the win. So, the Green Bay Packers beat the New York Giants 31-13 at MetLife Stadium in New York. And I had to give it to Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones, the game balls. And the Giants fall to 2-10. Packers go to 8-3 on the season. The Giants struggled offensively and defensively on this one, to say the least. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Jacksonville Jaguars at Everbank Field in Seattle, Washington. In Jacksonville, Florida, 28-11. And Jameson Winston gets the game ball. Jaguars struggled both offensively and defensively. It was just not a good day for them. And I will get back to this and have the other 3 late games and a Sunday night game for you. But first, here is the answer to tonight's Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football trivia question. What player set a Monday Night Football record with 221 yards rushing in a game in 1987? And if you said Bo Jackson, you are correct. Jackson tore through the Seattle Seahawks, who are playing tonight against Minnesota, for 221 yards rushing on November 30th, 1987. This was the game in which Jackson ran over the highly touted Seahawks linebacker Brian Bosworth. The Raiders won the game in Seattle 37-14. And I'll have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. Now for the other 3 games, there's at least 3-4 more. The LA Rams manhandled the Arizona Cardinals yesterday, 34-7 at University of Phoenix Stadium in Arizona. And I had to give the game about to Jared Goff. The Cardinals had 1 touchdown. That's it. That's all they had. And they struggled offensively and defensively, and they just did not have it. It was not their day yesterday. The Kansas City Chiefs manhandled the Oakland Raiders. They were all over them, 40-9 at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, and had to give it to Patrick Mahomes Patrick Mahomes the second, and Tyreek Hill. And the Raiders just struggled today. Yesterday, offensively and defensively. The Denver Broncos won in the final seconds, kicked a field goal, and beat the LA Chargers at Sports Authority Field in Denver, in the Mile High City, 23-20. And I had to give it to Delvin Cook, who made his to the Denver's third-string quarterback, who made his debut yesterday. I had to give it to him. And last night on Sunday Night Football, the Houston Texans beat the New England Patriots 28-22. And the Patriots had several chances and they just could not get over the hurdle and get the win. And Deshaun Watson gets the game ball. And right now the Vikings are beating the Seahawks 17-10 right now. It may be more than that, but it may be a different score. Maybe one of them score, but I don't know yet. But that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football halftime show. I'll be back with the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football post-game show once the Vikings-Seahawks game has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.